Hi, I'm Sally. I work for Jackie's Preemie Pride, and I wanted to make a video about our octopus project to try to get some people interested and show you the basics of how to make these. So a couple months ago we saw on the news about these crocheted octopuses that are made for babies in the NICU, and I was so excited because I really like to crochet, and so I thought this was a great way to do two things that I love, the crafting and doing something for premature babies. So we've started this, and we're calling it the Mid-Maryland Octo Project, and we've had some success finding friends and family members to help crochet them, and one lovely woman got in touch from New Jersey and asked if she could make some and mail them down. So these three are from her, so we're very grateful to her, and if anybody else would like to do that, we are donating them to one local NICU here in Central Maryland, but if you're somewhere else and you want to help, we would be very happy to have your help. So if you want to get in touch, I'll put my contact information in the description, and we can give you an address to mail them and all that. So I just wanted to show you the basic stitches and how they're made, and get to show you some of the cute octopuses that we've gotten so far. So I hope you enjoy the video, and let us know if you'd like to help. Thank you so much. So I'll begin by showing you how to do the magic loop technique to start the octopus. We'll start up here at the top, and we want that circle to be as small as it can be so none of the stuffing comes out. So I'll show you how to do the magic loop to make that top part nice and tight. So you take your yarn and put the working end over the tail end like this to make a loop into which we're going to single crochet. So you've got your loop, put your hook in and pull up the yarn from the back side of that loop and do a slip stitch. And that closes that circle so that you can single crochet 6 times into it for the first round. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got our 6 single crochets into that loop. And to close it into a circle, we'll take the tail end and pull. And that makes that nice circle that we'll continue to go around to do our rounds with very little hole in the center. And as we continue, we can pull that tighter to close it up all the way. So for the next round, the second round, we have 6 stitches here. We're going to put 2 single crochets into each of those stitches to make 12 stitches in the second round. So I'll go ahead and do that and we'll come back. Okay, so I've put 2 single crochets into each of those original 6 stitches into the center loop. And I'll just pull this a little tighter to close it up. And now we have 12 stitches in our second round. To do the third round and the continuing rounds on which we'll increase, we're going to put 2 single crochets in this case, every other stitch. So I'm going to put my marker yarn here so that I know where my round started. I just use a scrap piece of extra yarn. And I'll go ahead and put 2 single crochets in every other stitch. So we'll go into the first stitch here and do 1 single crochet. And then into the second stitch, we'll put 2 single crochets. Okay, so we have 3 stitches, 1 in the first and 2 in the second. And I'll continue that around. We'll put 1 in the first stitch and 2 single crochets into the next. And you'll continue increasing in this way around this round, putting 2 single crochets in every other stitch. For the 4th round, you'll put 2 single crochets in every 3rd stitch. For the 5th round, you'll put 2 single crochets in every 4th stitch. In the 6th round, you'll put 2 single crochets in every 5th stitch, where you'll single crochet 4 and then put 2 single crochets into the 5th stitch. And by the end of that, you will have 36 stitches, and you'll do single crochets in several rounds until the 14th round. And then you will have something that looks like this. And we are ready to start decreasing for the rest of the body of the octopus. We have the top here, and we've increased here, and then we've done several rows of just single crochets around until the 14th round. So here on the 15th round, we're going to start decreasing. And the way we do that is we'll do one single crochet in the first 4 stitches, and then we'll single crochet the 5th and 6th together. So get my marker yarn here pulled up. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, and then the 5th you put it in as if you're going to single crochet, but leave that second loop on there, go into the next stitch, which is the 6th, and pull that one through so that you have 3 loops on the hook, and then bring your yarn through all 3 at once. I'll do it again. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, and then we'll do the 5th and 6th together. So put it in and pull it through, do the half of the single crochet, and again into the 6th with 3 loops on your hook, and pull the yarn through all 3 at once. And you'll continue that around to decrease on this row, and the decreases you'll do a couple of rows of single crochets in between each decrease so that it's tapered on this bottom part here. So you can follow the pattern and continue to do the decreases, and I will come back and show you how to start the tentacles. Okay, by this point we've finished our decreases, and we've gotten down to row 24, where we've decreased to 16 stitches and done 1 round of single crochets all the way around. So we're ready to start our tentacles. So the way we'll do this is we're going to start by single crocheting into the first stitch. So we'll do 1 single crochet, and then we're going to chain 40. In my case, I chain 40 for mine, and you can adjust it depending on your yarn and your hook size. My original pattern said to chain 50, but I found that that was a little bit too long. We tried to make the tentacles less than 9 inches when they're stretched out as far as they can go, so that they're not too long. And so if you find that you're doing 40 stitches isn't quite long enough or is too long, you can adjust it and just change the number of chains that you make. So I'll go ahead and do 40 chains and come back. Alright, I'm here at 35 chains, so I'll just finish them up for anybody who wants a reminder how to do a chain. 37, 38, 39, 40. And now we're coming to the part of the pattern that I had never done before. I haven't crocheted a whole lot, but I knew most of the basic stitches. But the way to get the tentacle to curl I had never done before. So my original pattern said that you can do 2 or 3 single crochets in each of these chains to make it curl. And I found that doing 3 made it a little bit too tight, and I liked the way 2 single crochets in each chain looked. So that's how I do it. So I'll show you how. We have our 40th chain here, and I usually skip this first one and go into the second one from my hook. And I'll go into the top loop right here and do 2 single crochets into that top loop. And I'll do the same in the next one here. So we'll go underneath that first, that loop there, and we'll do 1 single crochet, and then into the same loop a second, and go to the next chain and do 1 single crochet and a second into that same loop. And you'll continue this all the way up the tentacle, and it will turn into a curly little strand, and we'll continue that around the body of the octopus. So you can see it's starting to curl a little bit. So I'll go ahead and do this down to the bottom of the tentacle and come back and show you how to go on to the next one. It's pretty simple. And we'll look at the end product and how to attach the base of the octopus after you've stuffed it. So we've put 2 single crochets in each of our chains for the tentacle, and we have that nice loose tentacle. And so we'll finish attaching it. We have that first single crochet that we did in the first stitch for the beginning of the tentacle, and then we'll go into the next one and do another single crochet to anchor it down. And then we'll just repeat the process for the next tentacle and the rest of them. So we'll again single crochet into the next stitch for the base, chain 40 up, and 2 single crochets in each chain back down, and then single crochet to anchor the base of the tentacle in the next stitch. So obviously we'll do that 8 times for our octopus, and at the end you will have something like this. And to finish it up, we need to stuff it, obviously, and we haven't done a bottom. So to make this little circle for the base of the octopus, you'll begin like we did for the top with a magic loop, but putting 5 single crochets into loop instead of 6, and then putting 2 single crochets in each of those first 5 stitches, and then 2 single crochets in every other stitch for the final round. So you'll just have 3 quick rounds, and you'll tie it off, stuff the body, and sew that bottom piece on, and you will have your finished octopus. And you can embroider the face if you like. We have a lady from New Jersey made us some, and she followed the pattern for these cute crocheted eyes. I think that one turned out very adorable. My mom made a couple with the accessories on them. This one she put a little beret on, and this one has a flower. So there's lots of things you can do. You can make them very unique. You can do whatever you like, however you think they look cutest. Feel free to express yourself. So thank you very much. Please let me know if you have any questions. We're happy to help. If you want any help with specific stitches or anything, please do ask. But I hope this has been informative and inspires you to make some octopuses. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day and fun crocheting.